Hey church, it's Pastor Daniel back in the office this week to offer you a brief word of connection and encouragement, also known as Midweek Minute or Two. Can y'all see back there? It's raining, which I know until we fixed the roof was a real major struggle here at church, but right now we get to experience it with real joy and hope and possibility. We get to see that the grass is turning green. We get to see that new life is coming. All the while watching the leaves on the trees change. They begin to brown and they begin to fall. I think that's actually one of the gifts of this season, and it's one that God has revealed to me over the course of this week. In this season in particular, fall in Texas, we get to experience grass coming back to life as the rain comes and all the dryness of summer gets literally washed away. All the while, the trees are changing, the leaves are turning and falling. We get to sit in this season with symbols of new life and of life's transitions right next to each other. I think that's actually a powerful reminder of where God meets us in times like this. Many of us know the real pain and struggle of life's transitions. Maybe your family is like mine and you've experienced loss recently, or medical struggle recently. Maybe the leaves in your trees have been turning and falling. And yet the joy of this season here in Texas, as the rain falls behind me and collects in puddles across our campus, and brings new life to the green grass in our midst, is that we get to hold those two side by side. We get to see new life and new possibility. We get to see God continuing to be at work even in the face of our struggle, even in the face of our transition, even in the face of our loss. That's the promise of the psalmist, isn't it? That even when we walk through the darkest valley, we have nothing to fear because God is with us. It's the promise of our scriptures, isn't it? Not that God will keep any hurt, harm, and trouble from ever coming into our life. I wish that was the promise, but it's not. The promise is that even when our leaves begin to turn and brown and fall, new life comes alongside. New hope comes alongside. That's not the final answer and the final word. So today, as you look out your windows and see the grass, see the trees, see the rain, I hope you also see the promise of God's presence with you. If you are one of those families that's been dealing with the struggle and loss of pain of having lost someone who you deeply love in the recent past, in the last 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, I want to invite you next Wednesday to make sure you are here for All Saints Day. We're doing it a little different this year. We're doing it on Wednesday evening because Wednesday is actual All Saints Day, November 1st. In our All Saints service, we will remember those whom we've loved and lost. We will give thanks for what they have meant in our life and what God continues to mean in our life and help them continue to mean in our lives. We'll sing because we have to. We'll pray because our souls need it. It'll be a time in which we give thanks and in which we continue to find our healing, continue to see the grass greening, even as the leaves are falling out of the tree. So friends, if you find your family in one of these moments, in one of these seasons, or if you know someone who is, please join us or invite them to join us next Wednesday night. Until next time, keep looking around because you never know how God's going to speak to you and how God's going to surprise you.